Hold on.
Hey everybody, it's your girl, Miss Ursula. We are back, keeping it 100. We've been out for a minute, but we are back tonight, live here on Facebook. I think we are streaming live on our YouTube page also. That's keeping it 100. We still have our people in the building. We got Mr. Houston Vines.
What's going on, everybody?
And we have Mr. Tobias. He is here in the building. Tough Talk.
Yeah.
Tough Talk. With Tobias.
Yeah.
This sounds like a 70s sitcom jingle.
Don't it?
Everything seems to be, but you know, everything seems to be going back in time.
Yeah.
If you notice, there's, everything seems to be going backwards instead of forwards.
This is true. Yeah. Everything's coming back.
Yeah. But I'm not wearing bell bottoms anymore. I mean, forget about it. I probably could do,
bell bottoms are coming back too now.
I probably could do the two-tone pants and maybe even parachute pants, but I ain't putting on no bell bottoms.
Oh shoot! You might as well go. If you're gonna put the parachute pants on, you might as well go and get the bell bottoms. You might as well blend the two, the parachute bell bottoms.
Man, that would be the weirdest looking Ronald McDonald pair of pants I've ever seen.
We're gonna have to have an 80s party just for that.
Yeah. And funny enough that you said that, because I was trying to have a party this year for my birthday.
Okay.
And one of our favorite cousins from Baltimore called and invited us to her wedding.
Okay.
We said yes. And her birthday.
You might as well just go down there and have a good time. That's all.
But look, her wedding is on my birthday.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, dang. But it's the
well, you can slide it to another weekend and just celebrate 2 weeks later.
But look, when is my birthday gonna fall on a Saturday again in the next 7-8 years, maybe?
True. Well, actually, it's got to come around. Yeah, about 7 to 8 years, something like that, I believe.
Wow.
It's all good. It's all good.
I know.
You can just move it to the next Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or just celebrate it for the whole week.
True that.
Well, I am back, you guys. You know, I've been out with my back for a while. It's like things just kind of dominoed. My brother passed away. And then, my godfather, he got sick, and we've been dealing with that. My sister lost her mom right after my brother. And so it's like it's been a domino effect. And then my back is like, nah, you ain't doing it today. Nope, you're gonna stay home today. So, and then when it came time to be able to do the show, it's like I was feeling bad. I couldn't really want to sit up that long. And anybody who knows me know I do not like taking medication.
Right.
If I can suffer through the pain or do something natural to get rid of the pain, I'll do it. I hate taking medicine. And so, of course, but now my daughter has a game tomorrow, and I went out to the school today. I had to walk with a cane.
Gotcha.
And the kids are so used to seeing me, throwing balls and doing this and doing that. And they were like, oh my God, Miss Banks. And I think it's more ego than anything else.
Yeah.
I will not be walking with this cane tomorrow if I have to take some medicine.
Just gonna get your little wheelchair and slide yourself on out there. You'll be all right.
Don't do that.
That way that way you're comfortable.
Yeah, you ain't got to do a whole lot of effort. Don't
do a whole lot of effort. You get you a closer part.
Don't be ashamed. I do it every time I go to the airport. I put in for help at the airport, and when I get there, they have a wheelchair for me, and they roll me all through them terminals.
See, I got a belt for you.
But see,
they take my bags. They take
Now
look,
that,
and folks be looking. I don't feel shame whatsoever. I be like gliding all through the terminal like O.J.
but
Simpson.
that's the thing though. At an airport, of course I would, because when I tell you, getting to the airport is like doing the what was it American Gladiators trying to get through.
I got you. I got you.
But
I do it. Look, I do it outside the airport to get someone to push me and everything.
See what I'm talking about? I'm gonna catch you in that wheelchair. I'm gonna have a belt for you.
You need a belt.
You don't get your tail up. Sit down.
He need a belt. I'm sorry.
Well, look.
Hey, when I first hurt my back, I literally could barely walk, and I had to go to the grocery store. Now, mind you, I'm still dressed like me, but I had to use the little wheelchair thing. And of course, I walk in, and everybody in there is a dude that's my age. I'm like, that's okay, whatever.
Hey, we getting old.
I refuse.
We getting old, and I had to accept it. You know, on this after I went on this cruise. I went on a Star Trek cruise, and the folks that were on the cruise that were on the show, like Voyager, and I ain't even talking about, you know, the original or the Next Generation. I'm talking about, even though there was one that was from the Next Generation, and a couple that were from Deep Space Nine, and some that were for Enterprise, but it was Voyager that I was really interested in. And man, to look at them folks, man, they are so old. I knew then that I was old right along with them and everything. It was, I felt just as senior citizen. So I figured it was okay, you know. But hey, just grow old gracefully.
No. I'm fighting every step of the way. I tell you, well, how old are you? Look. As long as I don't look my age, I'm good.
Good.
That's it. As long as you don't look your age. You
the only problem is I'm walking like I'm older than my age. That's the problem. But anyway, we've been debating back and forth. Well, I'm sorry, but Houston, what do you have going on? Because I know you stay busy.
I got you. Before I do that, I'm going to share something with you, Ursula, because I think you shared the wrong link, but I might have been something that I sent you. So go to my page, both of you guys. Go to my page, Houston Vibes page, and share it to your page.
Okay.
So let's do that.
Any problem?
Yeah, let's share that to your page and share it to keep it 100 as well. But for me, while you guys are doing that, what's been going on with me, I've been incognito for about 6 weeks. As far as doing shows, putting stuff together, video editing, photography. Every once in a while, anyone that does photography and media, that you go through these slumps that you just tired. And I just didn't feel like editing anything. Luckily, I didn't have any jobs or projects, but I've been kind of working with some of the equipment that I have. And I find myself getting off work and going to bed.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep. I've just been finding myself doing that, where I come home, I get a shower, I grab something to eat. Me and the wife would talk for a few minutes, or if she's on her way home, I'll say, I'm going to go.
Hollywood's joining. 1 second. Hey, Hollywood, how you doing?
He might got it on mute or something. We'll pick him up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You there? Gotcha. But yeah, I found myself just coming home, relaxing, saying I'm gonna watch a movie, and then about 5:30, I'm asleep. 6:30. I might wake up at 8, but I'm so exhausted. So I don't know, as I'm getting older, I don't know if it's testosterone, I don't know what it is. So this past couple of days when I get off, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go walking, and I feel better. I think I had to get it kicked back in. But
are you getting
other
salt?
than that, so what now?
Are you getting enough salt in your system? Like
I have no idea. Well, look, here the wife said I get plenty of salt since I put it on everything. So I've got to figure that out just to get my energy back. Now, what I will say real quick is I'll pick on myself. I've done something twice in a row, 2 days straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a pair of glasses that I had at work, and I was changing or doing something. They fell off my face, and I didn't want it to hit the floor hard, so I stuck my foot out to catch it, and still broke them. So I broke one of the sides off. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, I got another pair. So I get up today, go to work, grab that pair, and did the exact same thing with this pair.
Snap.
So I'm sitting over here looking like Urkel. With one, just with one. So I'm gonna have to get both of them repaired. I can do nothing but laugh.
Profile where you got the one arm. That's all. Yeah.
See, that's why I'm turning like this. That's why I'm talking like this. Yep. Mm-hmm. I hear you. I hear you. Yep. That's right.
You
That's
turn
right.
to the side.
So,
that's good, man.
Look, talking to what now? What
That's good. You used to be like that one.
Look, I turn this way. You be like, what in the world?
That was good, man.
But you got to be able to laugh at yourself. Life is too short.
Mr. Hollywood, what you got going on?
Nothing much, really. Just trying to get back to doing the show.
There you go.
Definitely.
There you go. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hollywood, tell everybody what's the name of the show that you got that you bring back in the next month or so.
Well, the Velvet Room is the main show that, and I got 2 spinoffs from that. Is it 2 or 3?
Right.
2, which is Man Cave Conversation, and then there's Meeting in the Ladies Room. So Man Cave is just the men, Meeting in the Ladies Room just the ladies, and then the Velvet Room is both ladies and men.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Now, Ursula.
Yep.
If you don't mind, let me take 30 seconds because I want to make sure I mention this. Last weekend, I did not, or I think I invited some of you guys. I was telling you about it. I think everybody was tied up. The house that I have in Greenville, we're looking for a new renter for it. We had a lot of great people come out, but at the last minute, Chef Ivy and myself with East Boogie Barbecue decided let's just grill, sell plates, let people know about, the business. And so we had a real good turnout. A lot of people came through. Some people hadn't seen it in a long time, came by the house, bought a plate, the whole 9, and we got video footage of some of the food, which it looks great. Now I want to make sure I let everybody know what we're going to be. We're going to be trying to do something again in a couple of more weeks, probably back in Greenville before we rent the house. But I'm going to do something different this time. We have decided that we know we want a pig cooker. Those things are like $1,500. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing plate sales, raising money for that. We're going to put something together for anybody that want to donate. I don't care if it's only $1 or $10 or $20. You'll be able to donate to what we're doing. And we're going to have something special for all those that donate. We're going to be doing something special coming up soon. Okay. So East Boogie Barbecue is going to be one of the hosts, one of the sponsors of the show coming up in the near future.
Awesome. Yeah, I know I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go out there, and I had to deal with, go and see my godfather.
Right.
And, I was supposed to go Saturday, which is when you was there, but of course my son didn't come down to Sunday. So I couldn't go to Sunday, and I'm like, of all the times I'm not in Greenville.
It's all good. It worked out though.
Well, and I couldn't be there for the premiere of The Devil Is a Liar,
right?
The movie that I'm in, along with Jodie Vines by Ty Banks. It was we premiered it at this church on Page Road over there by the studio. In Durham, and I'm telling you, it was a success. I mean, it was awesome. It's so awesome that Ty wants to air it in different churches because it really riled up church folks and everything. They really got into it. There was a lot said during the filming, the premiere, excuse me. And afterwards, it got two standing ovations. It was really off the chain, and I'm gonna be hitting up some churches down there in Greenville to let them know, hey, this producer wants to premiere or to show his film there. So It's called The Devil is a Liar. Look for it. He's going to be playing it around Raleigh at different churches in Raleigh. I suggest you go see it. I think you'll enjoy it.
Okay. Well, just give us some information on it. And we do have we have two people just joined. We have, of course, Jonathan Ivy, who is JBX Media Group. Hey, Jonathan, we ain't seen you in a minute.
Big Joe. Hey,
what's going on?
And you guys, I want to introduce you to a new friend of mine. Her name is Mira. Mira, you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm in the car driving to the airport, so I'm in and out, but I can hear.
Okay. Now let me tell you.
Be safe.
I met
Well, I should say I'm a passenger. I'm a passenger.
Oh, okay, good.
So me and Mira met. Our kids like each other. So, but the funny thing about it was when I met her, we clicked and we sat here and talked to the point where they was like, "Are we gonna go home or are we gonna?" I'm like, "We sitting here talking. Y'all go back."
Yeah, we bonded very well. So
yes,
we already let them know whether they bond or not. We friends for life. So
yeah, we ain't going nowhere. Like so, I want you guys, if you guys end on a good note, because he ain't going nowhere. So
well, nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet everyone.
Nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, so, Ursula, on that note, since I know she's gonna be getting out of the car soon, how far are you from the airport?
About 7 minutes.
Okay.
But I'm not the one getting out the car. I'm really driving my sister to get a rental car. So I just didn't want to drive. I just told her I'm tired of driving. She can drive herself.
Oh,
okay. So you'll still be with us for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because Ursula's gonna need some backup tonight.
No, I'm not.
No. We're not gonna double team now.
She always needs backup.
Thank you, Mira. So
you're not gonna double team.
The thing we was talking about tonight is the truth behind all of these relationship debates.
Okay.
Are constantly having these debates about who's right, who's wrong, this is right, women, men, and just thinking about it last night, I was like, this is a waste of time. Because, well, first we get into it, I want Houston. Do you have the video, Houston?
Yeah. What I'm going to do is everybody mute yourself until you get ready to speak. That way we can hear everything clear.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. But Ursula, you stay on because you're the main source here. So stay right there. So let me see if I can find one of these videos. I'm not sure which one this one is, but let's see.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie. You tell me.
Listen, there's not a lot of good men who want y'all. I'm clapping for myself. Where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rocker in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're going to walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't going to go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we're not looking at you. But there's plenty of good men. They just don't want your ass. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't shit. When have you ever heard a woman admit to not being shit? She'll say, this man ain't shit, he ain't shit, he was bad, he was bad, he was bad, he was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman. What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself? Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
All right.
So let me first, and I'll start. Let me first say that his conversation, one, was toxic. Two, he generalized every woman. And the same thing that he was saying about who audits you. Every woman think they're a good woman. But now in the beginning of the conversation, you said there are plenty of good men out here. They just don't want you. So who's auditing who's the good men?
See, we didn't hear.
Now, what we're not going to do,
we didn't hear all of the females.
We're not going to flip this before we even talk about what he talked about.
No. I'm getting to that. I put
Okay.
that out there to begin with.
Okay.
Now, I'm a firm believer in a lot of the reason why I come to debate about women and men and relationships is still going on because there's lack of accountability on both parts.
I agree.
Okay. I know
I agree
there
with that.
are horrible women in this world. I know there are horrible women. There are horrible mothers. There are horrible wives. There are horrible family members. There are some horrible women in this world. There's just no doubt about that. However, the same can be said for the other side. And so when you come in and you start generalizing women based on your few experiences, that's a problem.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. But you got to add in the most important part to this situation. And that is, who's the first teacher of those kids to begin with? Mom is the first teacher of the children. It's not the dad. And I've said this before. I said that dad has to develop a bond with the child after the child is born. Mom has a bond with that child for 9 months starting. And when that child is born, she is direct contact with that child in teaching. And this goes on for the longest time. If it was done correctly, then and mom stayed home and didn't go to work and let dad go to work, which is how it should be, then she could basically train the child better, to be respectful, not just to her, but also to the dad, as well as teaching that son. And I'm sticking with you as far as men is concerned. I'm not going to the girls, but teaching that boy how to respect women. You see what I'm saying? But that's not how that works
I
in
mean, a
in, in
lot of
this
men
world.
have mommy issues. Let's start there.
Hmm.
Okay, let's start with the mommy issues. And
Yes.
I piggyback off of what you're saying when you say I don't like to use the word train because I have boys, right? And I do have a husband. So I think a lot of our young men right now are missing out on this nurturing mother. All
Hmm.
right, because that's the thing with two parents. The dad is
Hmm.
supposed to be the disciplinary. That's how I grew up, right? And
Mhm.
mom
Right.
is the nurturer. But
Right.
if you have the dad, or if you pick the wrong husband or the wrong man or the wrong father, meaning it could have started great out the beginning, because we all know relationships that start great and then children are being born, and then all of a
Hmm.
sudden it's toxic and it's all this other, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're married or in a relationship, kids are only going to do what they see, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they don't see the father catering to the mother, and this is for boys, if they don't see the father loving on the mother, hugging on the mother, showing her that and teaching them as young men, your mother, your sister, your aunties are number one. They're not going to know how to cater or love on a woman.
Exactly.
First and foremost, they need to love on themselves. See, that's the job of a mother, to teach the young men how to love themselves, right?
Okay. So before it even gets to that point, and I believe in the word train. Okay, I believe in the word training because you have to train. No matter what, if you want to use teaching, instruct, coach, whatever, it all boils down to one thing. It's still training. So if you have a mother that is not showing her children how to, or training her children how to, not being an example but expecting them to be the example, or expecting dad to just be the example, then yeah, it's not gonna work, no matter how you put it. We're saying, based on what I'm hearing, is like, well, look, if dad is not kissing and hugging on the mom, how many times did dad went to try to hug and kiss on mom and mom didn't want to be hugged and kissed? The kid sees that, the senses that. Why is mom
Yeah,
not
that's
wanting?
that's true too. But I just feel like sometimes you have to think about what traumas and what past histories everybody has.
Right.
Okay, so therefore, if I'm in a marriage, this is my second marriage. my first marriage was very toxic. I got up out of there. You know why? Because I didn't want my boys to see and think that's the way a man's supposed to treat a woman. Because they don't
Exactly.
see that from their grandfather. You feel what I'm saying? They have very good examples of great relationships.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I'm not saying they're not perfect, because nobody's perfect. But they do
Right.
see the love, and they
Right.
know that, okay, I see this is how my grandfather do my grandma, this is how my uncle do my auntie. I get it. This is now how my stepdad does my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that stands a lot for me, because like he was the guy on the video was like, it sounds like he has a lot of hurt and he's been picking the same woman over and over and over again.
Exactly.
Now
Exactly.
let me jump in. Let me jump in for a second. Um, it's not so much. I'm not saying he's not hurt. What he's trying to say, and he said it clearly.
I'm hold on guys, I'm frozen because I'm at the airport. So if I'm in and out,
Okay.
excuse me, okay? I'm still
No,
listening, but if I'm in and out,
Mhm.
okay?
I got you. I got you.
All right.
See, here's the thing. Uh, a lot of times, what happens is reason why he went in the way that he went in is because a lot of times people don't pick up on the fact of, yeah, there's a lot of great men out here, but not now. I'm not saying the ladies on this panel, and the reason why I'm saying that, because I'm always picking with Ursula about, she's like, well, I don't know any girls like that, or I don't see that. But there are a lot of I'm gonna say women, and I'll say men too, but there's a lot of women that feel like if he's not 6 foot tall, if he's not looking a certain way, if he don't have the beard, if he don't have this, that, and the other, she don't want to date him. That's not what she's looking for, and she can't find a good man. And sometimes you keep dating the same type of man and getting the same results, when there's another guy out here that he might be 5'9", 5'10". He goes to work every day and he's going to treat you well, but that's not what you want. A lot of these women don't want that. So
Okay.
they
So
keep saying, there's no real good men out here, when there's a lot of great plumbers, a lot of great construction worker guys that work in an office, a variety of different guys that may not look like what somebody think is going to be great for them, and they bypass those men. So what he was telling those women was, those guys that you want, they don't want you. That's why you don't think there's any good men out here, because the men that you really truly want, he ain't looking at you. And that's what he was trying to tell her,
what is that saying though?
is that she going after the same type men, and they're not really interested, but sleeping with her and not trying to be in a relationship with her, and she keeps dating those same kind of men. That's why she
What
say,
what what
hey,
what what it's
there's no good
saying?
men out here, and
Wait,
men are
wait, wait,
sorry
wait, wait,
because she
wait.
keeps picking
What
the
it's
same
saying
men.
is that
Hold on.
she's blind. No, what it's saying is clear. Is what's saying is that she's blind and she's not paying. She's not paying attention. Those guys are oblivious. The guy that would be good for her, but because he's not aesthetically sound. He doesn't even exist to her. But she's already focusing on the beauty of what she wants, hoping that that beauty will become what she wants.
But see, you guys really concocted a whole scenario based on what he said, because he never told her, she never said what she was looking for. She said there are no good men, which was wrong. But she
Right.
didn't
She
say she
generalized
was
it.
looking for
Yeah,
a. She generalized. She said there's no good men. She didn't
that's
say
right.
that there's no 6 foot whatever, whatever, whatever. She never said that. And the point I'm trying to make is, there's always a debate back and forth, because the same thing that you guys are talking about, he's the toxicity, the way he was talking, it's like he was rejected. Like she said, he's been hurt. So the
You
same
know
way,
what?
same
Let
way
me
women
jump in.
for this 6 foot tall, 250 athlete, six figure, whatever, whatever, is the same way men are out here looking for these Instagram models who already got their own money, who, they're looking for these same aesthetics that you're talking about on the female side.
So let me say this. Stay right there. We're gonna debate this back and forth.
Hmm.
Here's the difference. Men can dream about that, and 8 out of 9 of them, 8 out of 10, know they never really gonna ever get that. They know that.
You know?
They already know that. They might dream about that, and they know that they might want that, but they're not going to get that. But they will go get someone that works down here at McDonald's, that she's a cute lady, or she works at Food Lion, or she does a normal everyday job. He will take that and marry it and try to have a happy life. You know, they're not saying all of them, because some of them are going to treat him wrong regardless. But he will do that. A lot of women will, I mean, I'm saying the younger ones now, because the ones that are our age are a little smarter, and they will know that, hey, look, I might need to get with John that works down here at the factory, and he take his 50,000 with my 50,000, and we can have a good life.
But
some of these younger ladies don't really look at it that way.
But you just said that this guy's gonna go down here to Food Lion and see this girl and gonna talk, make a good life with her. Okay, but she's still a female. So if all women are having these high expectations of what a man's supposed to look like and have, she's a female. She accepted him when he came to her.
Hey, Ursula, if Jay-Z worked at Burger King, Beyonce wouldn't have anything to do with him. But if Jay-Z as Jay-Z saw Beyonce working at Burger King, and Jay-Z is the man that he is, he would still take her.
I got a question.
I don't know. I don't see relationships where the men have upgraded the woman. I've just seen relationships like that, right?
They've done what now?
The men have upgraded the women.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Have upgraded the woman.
Yes.
I've seen relationships like that. But I've also seen relationships where women have upgraded the man. I feel like it all depends on the woman and what her intentions are from the door. If your intentions are like, I really want to get married out, I know I got my little checklist, but let me weigh my pros and cons. You understand? Because you done been in past relationships that you check your checklist and he still wasn't shit. Okay?
Right.
So it's like, now you go back and you reevaluate, like, you know what? I had him. He did XYZ, XYD. So now let me pick John, who, like you said, work at the factory, come home, bring me his check, love me, love my kids, don't do nothing, a homebody.
Right.
Don't really like to go out.
And you know what I call
really
that?
Antisocial.
And you know what I call that? A woman that been through something, and she's smart, and she goes, you know what? Let me make a change. But now we know that there are some people out here.
On the flip side, is men like that. I'm not a man basher. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
I'm not that girl. When I went through my first divorce, after all I went through, you would have thought I'm like, oh, men. I hear it all the time. I have girlfriends. Right. I feel God bless me with the husband that I have because I wasn't bashing our men. I just had to figure out what man was good for me.
Exactly.
But that comes with maturity. I'm 46 years old with children and had a life and got a story behind me, right? So it's different for me. But for the younger girls, because I have a 25-year-old daughter, totally different, right? Was with a guy, father and mother wasn't together, different dynamic.
Right.
She's been in a 2-household family, right? Different dynamic. He didn't have any type of compassion, empathy, nothing. Just like it was all about him. Now, I piggyback off of that to say he also was biracial. He was black and white. So that's a difference too.
Yeah, but this conversation, this conversation that we talking about is based off of what you posted, Ursula. The woman said what? She said there are no good men out there, and he responded in kind by basically saying that.
Hollywood, what'd you say, Hollywood?
Honestly, the way he responded was toxic. So the type of woman he's looking for, he ain't gonna find no way. When you act that way,
That's all I was saying.
He is a toxic person. The way he operates, he's never gonna find a decent woman. Let me finish. He's never gonna find a decent woman. But I believe what's going on today in society, women are selfish and they're self-centered so much that they're only looking for a man, and everything's only depending on what he's gonna do and how he's gonna make her feel. And this is why women get lost, because I tell women this: men would do whatever they have to do to get the job.
Exactly.
He'll do all those different things until he gets you good and he got you, and now your feelings involved. Here come the bullshit. And that's why I tell ladies, like, you really gotta take your time with dating these men. Look for character. Look for things that what that man stands for. Stop going for what we've been told what men's supposed to do, because that shit ain't working. That's why
It
y'all
ain't
keep getting
that way
fooled.
no more. You're right. It
Most
ain't that
women
way no
think that,
more.
huh?
I was saying I agree with you. It's not that way anymore.
It's
That
not
old
right. It's not that
school,
way.
this
But
is the
guys,
way the man's supposed to be. It's not that way anymore.
and men, we know the game as far as taking women out to eat, and you think, oh man, he's consistent, he's doing this for me. Ain't no man ever did this. I think so many women still get fooled because you don't know him. When I date the women or I talk to them on the phone, nobody really trying to dig in my background. I dig into people's background. I find out if your father was there, if your mother was there, how your relationship with her, how your relationship with your father, and start talking about exes. If you realize a man don't never say nothing good about his ex, he is toxic. If you don't never even admit accountability for anything, he's toxic.
That's right.
All right,
I
so
get it. I get it.
You know, some of the
wait,
stuff you're
because of
saying, I
what?
agree with. Some things I disagree with on. Disagree with on. You based off of what you posted, what that guy said. I don't believe that what he's saying is toxic.
No,
What
his
he is saying
attitude,
is
his
what
attitude.
he said.
Listen to his voice. The
What
way
he's
Exactly.
he's
saying
talking
is
in
He's
anger.
hostile. He's hostile.
what he
Right.
is saying is truth.
It's not about what he's
Okay,
saying; it's how he's saying it.
it
It's how
doesn't
he's saying
look.
it.
You're what you're doing is you're looking at it from another angle that it doesn't a variable that doesn't even need to be there.
You know, one thing I say
What we're
about us men,
asking for,
I'm tell you what
what
about me.
we
We
at
don't never all the
Hollywood, what
right.
we
Time out,
asking for
time out,
is
time out.
Man,
truth
people
versus
don't really take accountability. If just like she was talking about women, we gotta be real as men to say that dude was wrong. It's really how he said it. It's not what he said. He could say it differently.
it doesn't
Right.
it, no,
I'm
it
agreeing
doesn't
to
matter
that.
how he said it. Look,
That
you
is
it doesn't even matter how he said it. The
it
bottom
always
line
matters. It
is
always
Why
matters
the
does
how a
it
person
matter
says
how
it.
One
he
at a
said
bottom
it?
time.
line
See,
is
that's
that
Time
he
out,
wrong
One.
gave
right
time out,
there.
he
time
gave
out,
Why
truth.
aggression is not going to make, listen,
time out, time out, time out, time out.
aggression is not going to make me move faster or
Right,
move because you said it that way. It
right.
is important how he said it. He can
That's
deliver the
perception.
same
Then
message to
that would
women.
be your look. That would be your problem. The
No,
bottom
not
line
necessarily, because
is
if a
that
woman says
truth.
something to you
Listen.
and
It
how she
doesn't
said it, you
matter.
would get
It
offended.
look if the good Lord came down here right now and gave it to you
Ursula,
with fire.
you
What
gotta
you gonna say
control it.
then? Oh, I
Okay,
didn't like the way you gave it to me, good
time out,
Lord.
time
Okay,
out,
it doesn't
time
matter
out.
how you
Maurice,
got it. The bottom line is, did you get the lesson?
Maurice, listen. The thing, what Hollywood is saying, a child. Now I'm
I
gonna
know exactly.
wait,
You ain't
wait,
got to explain for Hollywood. I know
time
exactly what
out,
he's saying.
time out.
But you can't. It's kind
Maurice,
of like this.
You've got to learn to let
If you
others
get a
talk.
vaccine, let me say
listen.
this real quick.
No,
Let me
no,
say
no,
this
no.
real quick. 'Cause usually I don't say a whole lot. But let
Oh,
me say this: vaccine. If you get a vaccine, okay, a vaccine is given by a needle, correct? You're not gonna get it by a pill. You're not gonna get it anywhere else. You're gonna get it by a needle. Most people don't like needles, but that vaccine is needed. So it doesn't matter how you get it, just as long as you get it.
They're the
You
Okay,
same
see what I'm
thing.
saying?
Maurice.
That's not a good example. That's not the same thing.
Go
Exactly.
I
Wait,
ahead,
wait.
all right,
Sean.
30
Time out.
seconds.
Let me
Time
tell
out.
All
you
right,
something. You know what? That's
Maurice.
crazy that you said that, right? Now, my son is in the car and where he's listening, right? And the first thing he said was, he shouldn't, that's crazy. He talked like that. And he's
Of
12.
course.
But
Of
listen,
Okay.
course.
It's
and
not
you know
about
what?
that. Listen, it's about how a
Hey,
man, you are not, it's not about, oh, if you got it, you got it. That's how you talk to women. That's how you talk to your woman.
hey,
So let me
listen.
say
I'm
this.
first of
Let me
all,
let me
first of all,
take
Is
let
that
me
30
how
say
you,
this.
I
seconds.
want to know that. I want to
Slow
know
down,
that. How
mirror,
you
mirror,
like
mirror.
that
Slow
with
down.
your
Hold on,
woman?
mirror. Slow down for a second. First
Listen.
of all, I am not here to down anybody and what they're saying or call them crazy or anything like that. What I am saying is absolute positive truth. Now, if you don't like how it's coming, that's your problem. But
Okay.
there are times that people
Listen.
say stuff to
Okay,
me,
stop.
and there are times that people
Listen.
say things and they'll give me the truth. I accept that truth regardless of how it is given. Okay,
But
Okay,
you know,
so
Maurice.
it's
it's
not
not
You
what
my
just
you say,
saw.
it's
fault
how you
that
say
your
it. And I
perception
don't
is.
care
Hey,
what you're
it's
saying. I'm
not my
standing on
fault
that.
that your
Because you're not
perception
going
is
to talk to
different
me any
from
kind of
mine.
way.
I'm gonna
Okay.
mute you guys for a second. Hold on one second. Hold on, time out. I
Because
gotta
see, we're not talking conversation.
yeah.
We're just going back and forth.
He's
So we're gonna
telling.
have to go one person at a time and take about 30 seconds to make this point.
Exactly. So listen, this is what we were I think what Hollywood and Mir was trying to say. you have, it was like you said, it was his delivery, because you have children who have special needs, and you have children who do not have special needs. There's a different classroom. There's a different way to teach each and every one to get them at the same location. The way he was talking, it may be receptive to people who think like you, but it may not be receptive to people who think like I do. Because I'm going to shut you down the minute you come at me like that. He came with straight negativity versus, just because, and it feels like he was hurt.
So let me speak next after you, Ursula. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So and it won't make it any better because we haven't seen the entire thing. I've watched this show several times, and she's the main one that's really toxic a lot. She men ain't this, so and so and so. If he ain't coming with this kind of job and doing this, I don't want him, because there ain't no good men out here. And that's what was coming from. Now, when we watched the clip, what he did was, you know what? Let me go and tell you like this: the men you're looking for ain't looking for you. They don't want you. They're not looking for you. And the only reason why that she shut down is because he nipped her right where the truth was. If you see the whole thing, now that clip, it looks terrible. Because he just said, look, they don't want you. They don't want you. They ain't looking at you because of your attitude. Because that's what he said. He said, because of your attitude and the way you carry yourself and the way you speak about men, that's why, and you carry yourself out in the street, they don't want you. He knows her better than we do. Now, the way he delivered it for someone that don't know anything about it, it sounds absolutely terrible. He could have done it. And I've seen him do it before. He tries to speak. Look, sometimes these men are looking for something different. Like what? I got this, I got that, I got my own money. And he's trying to let her know they ain't looking for you. There are men that would look for you, but the one that you want, it doesn't want you. So he could have said it that way. It'd have been easier. But of course they're doing it for shock value for social media.
When you say stuff like that,
the video that he played.
What I'm saying is it people get up here and they do these podcasts and they do these shows where they're talking about relationships, but it seems like everybody's trying to do a one-up on the other person. Like you said, he wanted to put her in her place. So he wasn't here to... Go ahead, Jonathan.
No, I gotta say, like, when you get on platforms like this, you can't really take stuff personal.
Right.
Everybody's gonna have their own opinion. It's not directed at you. And what sometimes I see on these type of platforms is that people would take things like, oh, you said you talking about me? They won't say that, but they'll like kind of like get defensive. Like, if you really want good content, you can't take stuff personal, man. Let people say what they want to say. They're not attacking.
Right. Now, what we have to do, what we've got to do is make sure that we don't go on and on. We got to figure out how to say stuff in about 30-second clips, because we'll keep going. And if someone's speaking, and that's what I'm saying, I want something we can go ding to let that person know, okay, next 5 seconds, let the next person go.
Get you a bell, bro.
So yeah, a little bell. We need a little bell, because I know we can get going. To women, I get it. What he said sounds toxic, and it is toxic when you're talking to a woman. To men, we can talk to each other that way, and we go, okay, I know exactly what he's saying. But some people...
But I didn't even say he was toxic. I just was saying, like, the way he was presenting it. You can say the same thing in a different manner. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. I'm not saying
I got you.
Like he hurt.
But
I don't know what the girl said before. So you can't show me a clip of just him and not show me the clip of what really went on, so I can really...
Right. I get it. I
wasn't saying he was toxic. I was just saying, like, yeah, he sounded a little hostile, but I mean, some things I say people may take and feel like I sound a little aggressive. So I get that part. You understand what I'm saying? My thing was with the young fella up here that was just like, oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna say it the way I say it, and it's just gonna be how you take it. No, that's not how that's not how nobody's gonna talk to me.
Thank you for calling me a young fellow. That's the best comment I got all day.
But I think we all are that way, though. I think we all care about how somebody say something to us. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, but in certain environments where you can't really care about that. Like, I mean, we all like, it's entertainment and everything. We trying to get, but you can't. when you're in a situation where you're trying to ask opinions from people who got different opinions, you can't take it personal. You can't. I mean, it's just
Okay,
not.
I don't think we even asked him about an opinion, so nobody was taking it personal. I was just saying that if the person's going to deliver the message, it's a certain way to deliver a message. It
There
don't
ain't no
always
way to
have to be
deliver a
aggressive.
message that don't nobody want to hear. Ain't no nice way to deliver a message that don't nobody want. If you don't want to hear my message and you don't like what I'm saying, no matter how I say it, you're still not gonna like it.
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
disagree
saying?
with
Ain't
that
no
one.
really no nice way to say it.
I think it
You know what I'm
always
saying?
matter how a person says something to you because it's all about respect at the end of the day.
Exactly.
I don't think that like if you have a wife or a lady, there's no way you can have her and y'all in some long term and you just say anything to her how you want to say it. It's not going to
That's
work.
right.
But have you ever been in a situation where you say something the nicest way and they still get offended?
Yeah, but that's not my
Say
fault
something the
because
nicest way, people still talk
That's right.
about.
I
That's not your
intentionally
fault.
tried my best to do it the right way or in a way that wasn't going to offend
Yeah,
somebody.
man, you gotta say what you gotta say. How you gotta say it.
Well,
Not all the
look,
time.
I think he said it the way that he thought that she could take it because, like you said earlier, we only see that clip. It really doesn't let you see the other side of it. So, and I get that because I didn't have the whole clip there. It's just I watched other shows with her where she just go ham, and
So, okay,
a lot of people trying to get her banned because they like she doing too much, but she
That's
fits the
crazy.
show. Now,
But
let me ask you this: if he had said the exact same thing, but he said it like this, baby girl, the men that you want in your life, they don't want you. They're not looking at you. They driving a nice car and they see you and they just don't want nothing to do with you. They want a feminine, a relaxed person. They don't want nobody that's going to be argumentative because if you sit up here and argue with me, other men that even think you interesting are not going to really be interested in you at all because you always fussing back instead of just holding a conversation. Now,
sometimes the way we respond is what we're going to get back. If you
exactly.
put out
right,
that, you're going to get it right back. If someone
right,
disrespect you, you're going to disrespect them right back.
So I
right.
got a question for
That's
the
true.
men. I got a question for the men. You, whether you have one or not, but if you have a lady and she goes and she surprises you, you come home with a home cooked meal. You know what I'm saying? You walk in the door, she's already got it prepared, everything. You sit down to the table, and what you eat is not appealing to you. It does not taste good. Are you gonna be like, this tastes like shit? Or you gonna be like, well, babe, look, I appreciate what you did, thank you so much, you know what I'm saying? But, I really don't like it. It's not really what I want. How are you gonna say it to her?
Yeah, it depends on the man because some men gonna tell her, "Yeah, now I'm not eating this trash. I don't know what you would call yourself doing here, but I ain't eating this."
But
Some
but
men,
but 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 what you just said, if that man said that like
mm-hmm,
that, then I can
mm-hmm.
guarantee you that most of their relationship is toxic.
Yeah.
No, like look, can I speak just one second? On that situation right there, 90% of the time, if you know that person that good, like during the dating process and everything, they've been cooking for you, you're gonna have a type of relationship where they're gonna be able to tell you when something is good or bad.
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna know
I was
whether
married.
she can cook or not. It's gonna be jokes like, man, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain things you can't cook, certain things you can. She's
But
gonna know her
You know the
level that she
interesting thing
can
about
go
that is,
to.
Wait, let him finish.
okay.
She's gonna know the level that she can go to with you. Like with cooking, like if spaghetti is her thing, pasta, she gonna go with pasta. She ain't gonna break out the grill and do no ribs or nothing like that unless she really know what she's
You had to say
doing.
spaghetti,
And
didn't you? I'm gonna tell you that story one day.
I'm just saying. But you
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? But even if
I
she
do.
do, you got the type of relationship you can say, babe, this need a little bit more salt, a little bit more sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and hook that up, and then we're gonna have a good, you know what I'm saying, a good meal or whatever.
I
But
got
if you
Hollywood.
really don't know each other, and this is getting back to knowing each other and dating and the courting process, then you gonna think it's toxic. Oh, he told me something was nasty because he ain't lying to you all these years. Make sure that you don't go off on him. That's what's happening. But that's
So
just
let
Right.
me
And
say
if you
this.
get the right woman, when she give you the food, she gonna say, "Hey, babe, I tried out something new. Let me know how it's planned out.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
true.
mean? That is something new, babe. You know, I don't really know, but I did the cookbook, looked on Martha Stewart, and I think I got it. Let me
Right,
know
right,
what you
right.
think. She should
Yeah,
pre-warn.
exactly.
Yeah.
So let
Go
me
Right.
ahead,
let me
So if
ask
he
you a
Hollywood.
comes
question.
back, and say, "Oh, babe, that was terrible," her feelings is not hurt because
Exactly.
she's already pre-warned. Like, okay,
Exactly. That's
let
the
me
point I was trying
know
to make.
what you think, but that all
Exactly.
falls into the women though, or the man. You understand what I'm saying? It falls into the women. Do I believe right now a lot of black women don't have good black men because they are self-centered? You understand? They
Very.
do think everybody's supposed to cater. You supposed to have money. You supposed to have this nice car. You only supposed to take me to the highest restaurants. You don't even take yourself there. So how you
Right,
gonna expect for a man to take you somewhere?
right,
And then
right,
some women are taking themselves to expensive restaurants, right? So they have that high expectation. But also, it's okay to humble yourself sometimes. And that's
right.
what's wrong with some women. We don't
Yeah.
humble ourselves. Everybody walking around with these BBLs, these breasts, these lash, they just feeling themselves. So then that's the first
That's
thing
real
a
That's a
man
though.
is
whole different
going to
story.
look at. They ain't
A
looking
whole
at what
different
she got
story.
in her brain. They looking at what they can offer. You understand
Exactly.
what
Right,
I'm saying? So
right.
then that's when you pick the wrong dude.
So let
Exactly.
me
Hold on.
ask this
Yeah.
question. Let
Oh,
me
let
ask this
Hollywood
question.
finish. Hollywood, what was you gonna say?
Oh, go ahead,
Well,
Hollywood.
go by what he was saying about the dinner thing. I was married, and my ex-wife, if she made something, she was always nothing was like not eatable. But as a husband, um, I'm gonna eat as much as I can. I'm not gonna unless she asks me what you think. But first of all, to be honest, she didn't have to do that. Period. Just the part that she did that is a good thing. So for me to be judging her, or this won't shit, this won't good. The thing is, after you say that, what is the next response after that? Because we don't understand how arguments and stuff get started and how toxicity gets started. Whatever your response is, that person can respond back. That's why I learned. Even when I meet women, a lot of women are toxic because of. I was like, you know what? You could have said that differently, right? Because what you just said, my next real response after being that I have changed, it was going to be something else. But I catch myself like, you know what? Don't respond that way. Just take it, because all this stuff is
Right,
a choice. We choose to do this. You don't have to say these things, but it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if that's your woman, I don't think you should just be just like telling her stuff like that, because most women don't take it to her because she may be trying her best to please
Yeah.
you.
I get it. Let me ask a question. Let me because I think we all made some great points. Let me go back to the basics of what this guy said. Let's take out the tone. Let's take out all that. The part that when he says there are certain the type of man that you're looking for may not be looking for you. Do you think there's any truth to that?
There's a lot of truth to that.
But that's true
No,
for
I'm talking about to the
anybody.
ladies. Yeah, but I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
for the ladies. Does
All
that
right.
make sense? What he said?
Yeah. When
There's-
you if you say that, because like I said, the reason why I had a problem with it is because it seems to me that you're talking down about this woman's value. Well, who you looking for ain't looking for you. You don't know that. Now, if you wait, what I'm saying is now if you say, well, look, if you're looking for a man who's a professional,
I'm looking for Holly Berry. You
if
think
you're
she
looking,
looking
if
for
you're
me?
looking for all of this, and you're always rah 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 rah, and you're always talking negative about men, then they're not gonna want you. Because don't no man with a certain status want to deal with that foolishness.
I'm going to say something after that if I could.
Go ahead.
I think what he was saying, because I can kind of understand this. Sometimes men, let's say a man is very like have a lot of money, way above average. He's not looking for a woman that has a good job. He's looking for probably a trophy wife. So you can say, I got all this stuff, I got my own this, on that. More than likely, he ain't interested in that because it's really about what he has. He's as long as if he got his own, he got money like that. Women think that I could beautify myself. I know I can catch me a man like that. Most men just want a good woman if he really like that, or he want a trophy wife. But they're not looking for women necessarily. They're not looking for women that's going to eat off of them either. But not necessarily looking for women because of she has a nice job.
Right. Because here's the
Mm.
deal. Most of the time, not in all cases, if you find a good woman, you can work together. But in a lot of cases, if if a woman is making great money and she's got this particular status, you're not gonna see that money.
Right.
As a man, we don't put money in y'all. You don't really put money in our account. 9 times out of 10 is something going in yours. So
We
if
don't
that
care what
woman
they
is
make.
making $150,000 a year, most of the time she's looking at, okay, let me go back up. A man that's making $150,000 a year, he knows that he's going to be able to take care of his family. He's going to have to try to put something in retirement, take care of his wife and his kids. A lot of women that make $150,000, I'm not saying all, they're not looking at, okay, I'm looking for a husband that I know that I might be making more money, so I'm going to take care of him and make sure that I might get real estate property and let him do this, that, and the other. They don't really look at it that way. Their money is their money. And most of the time they want a man that makes just as much as them, because they say it a lot, that I need a man on my level. I want a man, if I'm making 100,000 or making 90,000, he needs to make more than me. Instead of the fact that if you make 100,000 and this man is making 50, y'all come together, you bring in $150,000, you can have a nice life. A lot of women don't look at it that way, if that makes sense.
Can I say
Right, because they
something, or
don't
am I
humble
gonna get muted
themselves.
again?
They don't humble themselves. So I agree with you.
Here's the
Who,
thing.
the
Here's
women?
the thing. A man is looking for a legacy. Okay, he's looking for something that's going to last. I didn't say a boy. I didn't say a male. I said a man. He is
Right.
looking for a legacy, which means he's not just looking for a woman, but he's looking for a woman that will help him build that legacy. Okay, it doesn't matter what she looked like.
Right.
It doesn't matter what what she thinks, just as long as she's on program with his program. And if
Right.
she's not on with his program, then oh well, then things just fall apart and
Right.
everything. That's what a man is looking for.
In most
And
cases.
I can tell you right now, I've come across a lot of beautiful women and everything. And yes, I turn them down because they're not on program. And the ones that I did get with, they weren't on the program. Then time to move on and everything. But I'm trying to stick to what this guy was saying on that podcast and everything, based off of what she said first, and based on what we saw. She made a statement. He came back. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because the way she said it, she said, ain't no good men out here. She
Exactly.
sounded kind of, now I ain't say toxic, it's not the right word. She came across a certain way.
Negative.
She came
And that's
off
why he
negative,
responded that way.
and he came back double negative, the way it felt, the way it came across.
True.
So, I understand that. Now, we've got one more video. Did you want me to play that real quick so we can talk about it, Ursula?
Hold on, let Jonathan.
I know. Go ahead, play the video. You good?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I may get the wrong one, but I'm gonna try not to. Let me see.
Literally, she says, I got a good job. I make very, very good money. And she says, the only thing I need now is a man. It's like, yo, it's like, who wants you? Who wants you? You right. It's like, who wants you? Who wants you? You right. Like, once you have achieved these things, you have unfortunately disqualified yourself.
Ooh,
and
shit.
And what it is these, and this is the thing. I'm not blaming
the
women.
Women are gonna hate him for that shit. They are gonna hate him for that. I can't wait to put this shit out.
Number one, what does it mean for us to have all these conversations about what do you bring to the table? The woman say she bring everything and you say, I don't want you no more. What does it mean? Number two, women exceeding expectations and being all they can be is not a negation of your manhood or masculinity. If you feel that way, it shows that your shit is fragile. Number three, as a college professor, you know that studies show that female college students will literally dim their light in order to appeal to their male counterparts because they recognize that men's fragile masculinity will make you where, man, I don't get to feel like a man if you know more than me, head ass. Number four, y'all make all dudes with podcasts look like some misogynistic ass suckers, bro. And speaking of suckers, that takes me to number five, man. What y'all just seen was an illustration of sucker.
I think I probably, trying to use screen share.
Boy, man, I don't know what them dudes were talking about, bro. Why would a woman making more than you make her disqualify her from you approaching her? Look, number one, like this is what I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak out of turn.
No, go ahead. You good? You good?
Okay. find women are more they they're programmed to seek security. So financial gain and everything in a man, it's like the hunter gatherer thing. If you can hunt, you tough, you got money. She's secure. She's attracted to that. All right, so that's where the like if she the more money a dude make, the bigger taller a dude is, the more tougher he can protect the family and bring home the bacon. More women are going to be attracted to that. That's just the way nature works. But these dudes who are reversing the roles, talking about my lady needs to be making this and that for me to match her and all that. I don't know where these dudes were raised at.
But that's not what he was
Most
saying,
men,
though.
I couldn't answer that
most old
question.
school men, bro. I don't need my woman to be making nothing. I mean, she don't got to do nothing. She don't got to because if she's giving me the queen, if she's giving me the knowledge, the support, the uplifting that I need every day, if she understand what position I'm in every day as a black man or as a white man, whoever you are, as a man in this society, and she's there to help you increase and help you do that, help you take care of the kids, the house, everything. That's worth $1 million right there. So these dudes that talking about money and what women can bring to the table, I don't know where they from. They from a different planet.
But
They
that's
from
not
they
what he
young
said,
dudes.
though.
Crazy.
But that's not what he said at all.
No, the other dude didn't say that. He was the dude that he was saying that them dudes that was talking was crazy.
Right.
He was saying that them dudes were some suckers because who, first of all, what negates a woman from being your potential mate because she makes more than you. If you're a real
Right,
man, I know
right.
plenty of men who a woman make more than them. They still men. They still do everything you need to take. They still the head of their household. They don't got
But you
Exactly.
know
nothing to
what
do
though?
with your household.
All
Women
right.
I
don't
Go
agree.
got
ahead,
nothing to
Hollywood.
do.
No, I agree. I agree
I'm
with what he was
sorry.
just saying.
It's
But
just
I
me
think
ranting.
that
I'm sorry. My
sometimes,
time is up.
um, but I
And
think
that's just my
sometimes
opinion,
some women,
everybody. My opinion. Don't cancel me.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, you're
so
not
I think there's
crazy.
some women that
All
make a lot of money.
right.
So
All
what
right,
now?
I'll let y'all finish.
Go ahead, Hollywood.
Okay, I was
And
saying that some
then,
women that make a lot of money, sometimes they're so arrogant about what they accomplish and what they're doing that when they get in a relationship, men understand that okay, I'm not gonna be able to tell you anything because women they got to understand that you might be a boss chick, but when you come home, you have to drop that shit at the door. You have to play a different role. Now you are the wife. You can't be like I can't be the same person at work.
Yes.
If I'm running my shift at work and I'm just telling people put that shit over there, when I go home, I gotta drop that shit at the door. I gotta play a different position. Now I am the husband, and
Right.
sometimes that's a problem. It's a power
right,
struggle that we always keep letting money be a part of the relationship. Money is not going to money break up a relationship, but it won't keep it together.
That's
right,
right.
right. Miss Lady, were you about to say something? Hold on, Tobias.
So I was just going to Hollywood with your position. Everybody don't know their position. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
some relationships they live off these old traditions. Okay, it's a new day. It's 2025, so things are different now. If a woman makes more money, that's fine. But if the man makes more money, that's fine. It's all about putting together and putting it in the same pot. Together, you marry. That's what you do, right? You under one, right? Or am I wrong? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I disagree. I think that a woman and a man both have lanes that they need to be in. Okay. I personally would not want no woman that makes more money than me. Okay. I wouldn't even want her to even I'm speaking. Let me say this. I don't want her to work. Okay. Her job is to build my legacy, which means to take care of my house, to take care of my children, to help raise a family. Because why would I want her going out there making somebody else family rich and she can be at home making my family, our family rich. So I agree. I don't think that a woman should be making more than her husband. I think that
Okay.
everyone has a lane and everything. I've never agreed with a woman working. Even when I was married, I did not want her to work. I was like, yo, this is our house. Okay, you take care of home, and she didn't do it. And what ended up happening is the family was destroyed. And you had
Wait, you
one
wanted her to
person
stay
going
home
one way,
because she
one
made more
person
money
going
than you?
another way, and it didn't work out and everything,
Right.
You wanted her
so
to stay home because she made more money than you, bro?
no. She didn't make more money than me. I'm saying I wouldn't want a woman that made more money than me. No,
Why
I wouldn't
not,
want
though?
that.
I don't
So,
understand that. That's what I don't understand. Like,
And
why
that's
wouldn't
been the
you want
problem.
that?
Yeah,
so
and
I have
that's
a
been the
question.
problem with.
Oh, I'm
And that's
sorry. I'm sorry, Ursula.
Go ahead.
Can I ask a question? So you would rather break up the home because she didn't want to stay home and do that?
You're not listening. You're not listening. I said I do not want a woman that makes more money than I do. Okay. So in the beginning, yes, I was making more money. I wanted my wife to stay home. She didn't have to work. Okay. So I want her to stay off. I'm not saying you turning it to where, okay, so your wife makes more money than you want to bust up the home and everything. No, I wouldn't let it get to that point, because it would be like, hey, look, you need to take care of home. All right, that's your job. And we can say, oh, this is 2025, but let's look at what 2025 has produced for the
30
black
seconds. 30 seconds.
for the black American. Okay, we are
2025
going
been producing a real good family over here, so I don't know what you talking
we
about.
are going
Your whole
extinct.
energy.
So
Let him
so
finish. Let him
regardless,
finish.
I thought I had
Let him
30
finish.
minutes. I thought I had 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So we're going extinct. Okay, I didn't make this up. This is where it is. You can go do your research and you'll see the same information that I'm telling you. Go ahead.
All right. So, and before you say anything, let me say this. Hey, there's a lot of men that think like he does. And they're looking for that wife, or that person that fits their life, and that's what he wants. There's nothing really wrong with that. There's a lot of men like, oh no, I can't date a woman that make more money than me. Now there's some reasons why some people feel that way. Some men date women or have dated women that are on that's an attorney, a nurse, all this is making a certain kind of money, and the money consumes them where they don't let the husband be the husband. So that happens in some cases. Now I know plenty of people that she makes more money than he does, and they come together and figure out how to do certain things, and they prosper, and the kids are happy, and they pay for college, and everything's great. So it works several different ways for several different people. I believe if my wife makes more money than me, if we're gonna work together, cool. But if it's gonna be that she makes more money, and then all of us, when we're together, it's gonna be a problem. Like, nope, that ain't what I want to do. Since I make more money, I want this type of car, or we're gonna get this kind of house. Now there's a problem. Now there's a problem for me. Now, if we're working together, great. Now, here's the thing that I noticed, and I'm going to take 10 seconds, hopefully just 10 seconds. If you guys notice, in a lot of white families, I work in pharmaceutical. I see a lot of white ladies in pharmaceutical that make $185,000, $200,000 a year. Her husband is a farmer, or he do construction work. And when he drives his truck up there to see her, she is ecstatic. She ain't embarrassed. She come home and treat him just fine.
There's black women like
In
that
our
too.
community, it's a little harder for us to do that sometimes. I don't see that in our community as much. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I know tons of other Indians and the whole nine that do that.
Okay. So in the very beginning of the show, I said the reason why there are so many shows and the reason why people go back and forth is accountability. And going back to accountability, it's the women that you choose. There are plenty of black women who don't mind that. There are plenty of black women who, if they make way more than their husband, the husband is still the head of the household.
Right.
He still makes the decision. He runs the household. So again, it's about accountability. You can't put your insecurities, you can't base your insecurities on somebody else's achievements. Go ahead, Jonathan.
Yeah, like to Tobias' point, I understand what he's saying. I used to be in that mindset myself, like back. But then I had to realize, like, you know what? At the end of the day, you are individuals. You know, if making $100,000 and she's good at what she do, and that makes her happy, that's fine with me. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. No
Because I'd
doubt.
rather her be happy doing what she do. You can't force nobody to do nothing.
Right.
I don't care if it's whatever you in. You can't force nobody to do nothing. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you got this idea in your head of what you think marriage and all this should be, and you now coerce her into getting with you, but she don't really believe that, you're setting yourself up for a fall.
Right.
Because you got to get somebody who in the beginning understand you don't want her to work, you don't want her to do this, and that way she'll be happy. But if you go out and you get this woman, she finds she stacked, then you find out she got $100,000 a year, you want her to leave her career and her friends and everything. I don't think that's gonna work. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's true. That's true.
Folks, I have not. I know you said you have, Houston, but I've never met a woman that made more money than her husband and still wanted to be submissive. I've never seen that.
My sister
So
right
when
now, I'll tell you,
wait a
I
minute,
have
wait
a
a minute.
sister that's like that right now, and I respect her. I
Wait a
ain't mean
minute,
to interrupt you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell you, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
My
I hear you,
sister
man. But
Hugo.
listen,
That is
I
one
need to get
person
my
that I
point.
know.
I heard what you said. Okay, I'm just saying I've never met her, and I've never met your sister. Okay, so I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying,
There's a
but I
bunch of
haven't
them out
met
there.
her, and I haven't seen a relationship like that ever. But what I do know I do know about this, that yeah, I think that a man's role is a man's role, and a woman's role is a woman's role, and I've seen this reversal, and it's not working. You can say what you want to me and tell me what you've seen here and there, but let's look at the stats. It's not working.
Okay.
We got
I
women
believe
raising,
there's a
we got
man and
women up
woman
here
role,
trying
but
to
we're not taking
train
it too
these
far.
boys.
God damn, she can't even work. What in the
Go
world?
ahead.
She can't work, man.
So
I mean, come on, you
That,
can't.
but that's for
let's
him.
address hold on,
That's for him.
let's address what you just said. And I understand what you're saying, Maurice, about it worked back then. But let me tell you, the problem that I have with that, and I know we've had this conversation, to me, there are men out here who want traditional women, right? To play that traditional role, but a lot of them don't want to be the traditional man. Now, not only that, but the flip side to that is, even back then, when you had women who stayed home, who took care of the kids, 3 meals on the table every single day, but you had the daddy who paid all the bills, worked his job, but had a family across town.
Was that every man?
Can I say something?
No.
Was that every man?
No, I did not say every man.
Right. Yeah, we all know there's several cases of that.
But what I'm saying is, there's several cases of that right now.
Mr. James or Mr. Joe around the corner was coming over, and Mama was in there doing a big quick wash before Mr. James got there.
Hey,
And
but
that
that's
child,
true though.
and she got 8 kids, and 3 of them ain't daddies that went to work.
And like
Mr.
I
James
said,
ain't worked a day in his life.
when you want to go back, you want to go back to a time where the life was still toxic, but it was toxic behind closed doors. There were secrets all over the place.
Yeah.
Didn't know who had who or how many kids anybody had till somebody died. Then you
That's
don't get
true.
no closure because the person is gone. You left the women here fighting, the kids fighting. So again, you're talking about it don't work.
You can say whatever you want and everything, and say that, hey, look, this is the day and this is what happened yesterday and whatever. We have not we're not moving forward. We have not moved forward. Okay, all we do is a lot of talking, and I'm not making this up. It was like this when I got here and everything. I know that 20 years before I was even born, that yeah, it was a certain way and everything, and then here comes the equal rights, where the black women decided to go with what the white women are saying. And next thing you know, I'm a woman, hear me roar. Now we've got kids, boys walking around now with their pants hanging off their butts. and everything, and they messing around with their mother's best friend, you know, and it could be anywhere from 12 to 20 years old. Okay,
Wait,
it's a big mess. And
wait.
why?
So,
Because
That's been going on for
hey,
years.
you know why? You know
Okay.
why? Because folks are not staying in their lane, in their
wait.
lane.
No,
And,
So
and
what
you
about
gotta
the
regardless,
go like,
regardless of what you say,
what about
that's
the
just
daddy
how it
dating?
is.
What about the daddy messing around with the daughter's best friend?
Say again.
What
Which
about the daddy messing around with the daughter's best friend? You can't. You always generalize the issues that the women do
no,
wrong.
I picked a specific subject that you put forward,
No,
and
but
I'm
I'm
going with
saying
it.
that you
I'm
you
not
generalize
flipping
all
like
of the
you are.
issues women have and what
Ur-
women do wrong, but women
Ursula, I'm
do.
making it clear, and you're trying to justify women and men not being in their lane. You're trying to justify that. I'm
let me
telling you
tell you.
that
I'm gonna take Ursula's side for a
men
second.
need to be in one lane, women need to be in their lane. That's
All
just the
right.
bottom
Who's
line.
next? Who's next?
Good
Go
job.
ahead,
Go ahead.
JB.
I want to say something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think the main reason why a lot of relationships are struggling though because people um are so selfish. You know, at the end of the day, you can find somebody that does all these different things, and then one little thing like money. You can tell me if that woman makes more money, you gonna let her
Yeah.
walk because it's so hard to find good people in this world. To find a good woman, you might have one rare woman to come to you, only because she make more money. You're like, you know what, I don't want you because we think, and women too, that
I
okay,
would.
I ain't worried about it. Somebody else could come along. It may or may not. You have no control over that at all. So it's amazing to me how all these relationships when I hear all these different preferences. And most times the preferences have nothing to do with that things that make relationship last long. Nothing at all.
So I'm gonna say
That makes
this.
sense.
I'm gonna say this, guy. So we're at 8:37. I know Houston got to send the link to the show. So we're gonna give everybody a good minute to bring home how they feel. All right. So Tobias, we're gonna start with you.
Yes, I am in total agreement that a man should be in his lane, a woman should be in her lane. No, I don't think that a woman should make more money than a man, and I think the relationship is doomed at that point. Um, as far as uh, how women view men. I think that if she ignores him because he doesn't have money, or he's too short, or he's too this, or he's too that, instead of what he can bring to the table, what type of good man, then she's losing out. And when that happens, you destroy the garden, you destroy the family. So that's my view on the situation.
Okay. Who's next, Ursula? Fix your
Holloway,
face, girl. Fix your
Holloway,
face.
Holloway, you can go ahead.
I don't think I really have too much to say out of what I already said, but at the end of the day, I just think that people need to dig deeper and stop letting all these different things in the world that always having problems with. These are the same conversations: money, 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 all over again. We just got, and it's the same thing over again. So at the end of the day, we just have to start digging deeper. That's the only way you can find good people. But most of the people I realize have not did the work on themselves. That's the reason why they keep getting themselves in toxic situations because they're toxic. And until you figure out where your triggers and everything come from, you always keep choosing the wrong person. It starts with you and your
There you go.
choices.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna just say I'm at the airport and I'm about to hang. I know we about to hang up, but I'm gonna piggyback off of him. I just feel like, you got to do the work with you first, right? So then you'll know what you want and what you're gonna accept and what you're looking for in a person. That's love is love. I just feel like people need to figure out what works best for them, and I guess roll with it because I heard so many different opinions and I know it got a little heated, but it was good to hear
Oh yeah, definitely.
another male's point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
All right. Thank you, Mira. Jonathan.
I just think I'm gonna speak from a single male point of view, and I honestly think, as a single male, single black male, we need to stop worrying about so much about what women think and doing all these, trying to get in women's minds and all that, and start being men again. You know what I'm saying? You got to start. You know what I'm saying? Like being, you got to do what you got to do, and you find the type of woman that you like. The type of woman that you like ain't gonna always be the type of woman that Houston like, or what Hollywood like, or what Tobias like. You gotta find your lane as a man, whether you want a woman who work or don't work or do whatever, but you gotta do that, and you gotta stick to that and follow your plan and your routine. And stop listening to. I mean, I know these shows are really good, and I love Ursula's show, but like all this other, like, man, get back to being men. Work out, drink your water, because that's what I'm starting doing. Then I got out of shape, you know. Because when you're not in your lane, you make all these excuses of why you can't find what you want to find, and she ain't this and that, because you're not who you want to be. Get to where you want to be and who you want to be, and then everything will be good. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Go ahead, Houston.
Look, everybody said enough. I really don't have a lot to say. Because I, you know me, I'm very open-minded and listen to everybody's different stories. Something that Jonathan just said that makes a lot of sense, and Tobias as well. All men are different. You know, we're a lot alike. We're very simple. Men are very simple in what we need, but at the same time, we're all different. Tobias wants something that I want this. There's some other men that, hey, they want this. But and then as Jonathan says it, you got to find out what works for you. But at the end of the day, as a man, you got to figure out what works for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And be the man. And when we say, and sometimes people, I'm starting to notice people, women in general, most of the time, when we start saying a man needs to be a man, they first thing they think is toxic. But if a man to be a man, he's got to find out what works for him and how to be happy with himself. Get up and do what you need to do in the morning, take care of whatever, and then find a woman that fits in your mold.
Yes.
And then you just go from there. She fits in your mold, you're okay. But if you're trying to pull somebody into your mold and she wants to make $500,000 a year, but you're happy with $80,000, a little house and a car and a truck, but she wants to travel the world and have all this other stuff, she's not going to be happy if that's not what you want to.
There you go. So,
all right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Hold on. I will say this. So, there are 4 billion women in the world, almost about the same amount of men. There is somebody for everybody. And I think the reason why relationships are so toxic right now is because you have people who want to make other people fit into what their standard or what their mold of what a woman or man is supposed to be. You find who, like you said, Jonathan, you find who fits what you're looking for. And just because a person is not what you're looking for does not make them not a woman, not a man, or not a good person.
Exactly.
Doesn't make them wrong in how they're living their life, because that's their life to live, not yours.
Then you don't, right. And then you don't get with them. And you build your world the way you see fit.
There you go.
Because as of right now, the Black American race is falling apart. And regardless of what you think and what you may say, that is what's happening.
You had to say something at the end. It's supposed to end with
just making it. I was making it clear.
Good night. Goodbye.
I heard your rhetoric.
Saw y'all later.
Thank y'all for joining. Keeping it 100. I enjoyed y'all. Thank you, Mira, for joining. We really appreciate you coming tonight. I needed your help, girl. Thank you so much.
And more ladies out there, we need you on the show.
Please make sure you can join anytime. Okay?
All right, folks.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.